Marriage with a Ghost, Part 1. Have you ever heard of someone marrying a ghost? In a small village surrounded by hills and ancient trees, there lived a young woman named Zainab. She was kind and beautiful, yet no man had ever asked for her hand in marriage. Her family got worried, but Zainab remained hopeful, believing fate would bring her the right husband. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, an old woman appeared at Zainab's home. She was clothed in black, her face hidden beneath a heavy veil. Her voice was barely above a whisper. "My child," the old woman said, "there's a man who wishes to marry you." Zainab's heart skipped a beat. "Who is he?" she asked eagerly. The old woman smiled. "A noble and wealthy man from beyond the hills. But you must promise, once you agree, you must never ask him about his past." A strange fear crept into Zainab's heart, but the promise of love and a better life was too tempting to resist. So she agreed. That very night, a grand wedding was held. The mysterious groom arrived, dressed in rich robes, his face hidden beneath a golden veil. His voice was deep. His touch was cold, yet his words were gentle. After the ceremony, they left in a beautiful carriage. But as they arrived, Zainab felt something strange. They weren't moving on the road. They were floating. A cold breeze wrapped around her. The night seemed darker, the air heavier. "Where are we going?" she finally asked. Her husband's voice was calm but distant. "To your new home," he said. But something inside her whispered that this was no ordinary journey. And when the carriage finally stopped, Zainab gasped. Before her stood a magnificent palace glowing under the moonlight, but it was surrounded by a thick mist. And there were no servants, no sound of life, just an air silence. Her husband took her hand. "Come inside," he said. With a racing heart, she stepped forward, unaware that she had just entered into a world not meant for the living. To be continued. What do you think will happen next? Stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.